Even though Jauan Jennings turned out to be a surprise no-show at OTAs this past week, he is still putting in a ton of work, and this goes on with Brandon Ayuk as well, who was a no-show too. But nonetheless, this is a Jauan Jennings video because although he hasn't been at OTAs and he still hasn't officially signed his exclusive rights contract tender, which technically doesn't have him a part of any team currently. However, he is not able to sign with anyone else other than the San Francisco 49ers. So, as it stands right now, Jauan isn't signed on the dotted line. However, he's still putting in the work, and he is putting in work with one of the best wide receiver trainers in the United States, David Robinson. Take a look at this video by the QB plug, who kind of shows a little bit of an inside look into the work that Jauan Jennings has been putting in away from the 49ers facility. Take a look right here.
This wide receiver would have been the Super Bowl MVP had the 49ers won. He had a passing touchdown to Christian McCaffrey and a clutch receiving touchdown in the fourth quarter. This is Jauan Jennings, and his stock has never been higher. He's 26 years old. He's in his prime. He's in his Super Saiyan era, and 49er fans absolutely love him. They even call him Third and Jauan because he always converts the tough third downs. In fact, he's always been known for his clutchness. He became legendary when he scored a Hail Mary touchdown against Georgia to win the game.
It's caught! It is caught! Jauan Jennings! Jauan Jennings!
And he's been perfecting his craft with Coach David Robinson.
We grind different, baby.
Coach Robinson has produced 9 Pro Bowl wide receivers and 12 first-round draft picks.
Ain't no such thing as PI. I'm still open.
Let's go.
Now, one of the things that you can see from the video is Jauan Jennings working his tail off. And I don't think that either one of these guys, to me, strike me as someone who isn't going to be doing the work away from football. Both of these guys, Jauan and Ayuk, they both love this game, and they're going to put everything that they have into it, which is why they've gotten to the level that they've gotten to up until now. But just like you heard in the QB Plugs video, Jauan Jennings was almost the Super Bowl MVP, which is absolutely crazy. When we talk about all the weapons that the 49ers have, it was Jauan who really showed up, and that's what he's known for. That's why we call him Third and Jauan. That's why he has become a fan favorite, is because he doesn't get a ton of opportunity, but he takes advantage of the opportunities that are given to him, and he blocks his tail off. He is so much fun to watch on tape when it comes to blocking guys downfield. This one clip that just sticks out in my head, I forget exactly what game it was, but he was blocking a DB, and when we were doing our film breakdown, he basically made him break dance, like he did a spin on the top of his head because he pancaked him, and it was just hilarious because that type of play exemplifies Jauan Jennings and his impact to the San Francisco 49ers, even if it's not moving the chains or scoring touchdowns or doing those types of things that we typically think of as a wide receiver. He does all the dirty, nitty-gritty. He's always blocking 20, 30 yards downfield. It does not matter. So when I look at these workout videos, again, it's just a portion of what goes into the whole thing, but you can see he's been putting in the work. He's got a great wide receiver coach who's worked with some of the best, including guys like Deebo Samuel, and he's continuing to work on his craft. And that's all you can ask for from guys who are away. This, again, is one of the more unfortunate times for fans when they see players, quote unquote, holding out or not showing up. It's just I believe there's a thought process for a lot of fans. It's like, man, you have the opportunity of a lifetime, dreams of millions of people, and you get to do it every day. Why wouldn't you show up? Why wouldn't you be there? It must not mean you're really about that life. And that couldn't be the furthest thing away from the truth. These guys are dedicated to their craft, but we understand we are in the business time of the year and these things happen. I hate to say it, but as 49er fans, we are uniquely built for these types of things. Dating back to the Debo Samuel situation, then having Nick Bosa right on top of it, and now Brandon Ayuk, and now Jauan Jennings. It's par for the course. I think we've all kind of softened a little bit to the intensity of holdouts and contract negotiations because we have, I think, in the past gotten like, oh no, what's going to happen? And then we find out they get paid and they're 49ers. Like, so I think there is a more confidence in these players, but I do think where the confidence is lacking is, are these guys going to show up ready to go? A lot of people seem to be down on Nick Bosa's year that he had. I don't think it was necessarily on Nick Bosa. He did kind of mention he was getting his feet under him early on in the year, which was to be expected after not participating in training camp. But guys like Debo Samuel, I think a lot of people are afraid of how these guys are going to show up to training camp. And for me, specifically about these two guys, Brandon Ayuk and Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk and Jauan Jennings, I have a much broader confidence when it comes to how these guys are going to show up and when they show up and what type of shape they'll be in and if they are ready to go. Obviously, I think defensive line is a little bit different of a position than wide receiver because it's so contract driven that you really need that training camp to kind of build that callus for the season and just really get up to speed replicating football, which is, unless you're playing football, it's really difficult to do. So I think defensive line's a little bit different, you know, and I think when you look at what the wide receivers can do, I think there's a little bit more flexibility with how they can prepare and be ready for a season. So I'm less concerned about that. And I think, as you can see from some of these videos, we've already highlighted Brandon Ayuk in different videos, that this guy's ready to go. And regardless of what's going to happen for the long term for Jauan Jennings, the hope is that he will be here at least in the short term, and we get the best version of Jauan because Jauan is beloved by the fan base, and they absolutely love what he brings to the table and can't think of the 2024 season going on without Jauan Jennings in the mix. But you guys let me know, what is the future of Jauan Jennings? What do you think of these workout videos? Do you think Jauan's ready to go? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.